Hey everyone, this is Video Game Fan 1999 here, and I'm back once again to do another gameplay of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. If you all saw my last gameplay of this, I played for the Moon Cup, and now we're going to go ahead and do the next cup in this game, and we'll see how that goes. But before we get started, I do have two special guests with me, and those are Video Game Fan 96. And Mark Liotta. Alright, but anyways, you guys ready to go? Alright, let's do it. Alright, what character should we be for this one?
Have you been Peach yet, or?
Yeah, I have used Peach in one of the previous cups I did.
I was thinking of like a baby Luigi or something, but since Mark is here, I guess obviously we're gonna have different picks, but what do you think, Mark? What character did you want him to do?
I guess baby Luigi's fine.
Yeah, we'll go with baby Luigi. Alright, so do you guys have any ideas for a vehicle combination that we should use?
Well, for me, I was thinking we could do the flame, the flame motorcycle.
Alright, let me just go find it.
And we'll have Mark choose the rest.
Okay, we'll use the Flame Rider, and then what kind of tires should we go with?
I guess, classic tires or something?
Alright, we'll just go standard. And what kind of glider?
The glider we have on right now, I think, is fine.
Just a super glider?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so anyways, for the next cup that we're going to do the Fruit Cup. So let's get right into it and we'll see what happens. So this is one of those cups that they released in Wave 4 of the DLC for this game. Alright, so let's get underway with our first race, and we're starting things off at Amsterdam Drift. And this track was originally in Mario Kart Tour. Alright, let's do it. So right at the start of the race, we're flying over some water, and now we're racing right near some windmills. Alright, let's go ahead and put that bomb right there. Now on to lap 2. So now for this lap, we get to head underwater in this section. I fall up. Oh, what the? God, someone who had a star right there ended up pinning me while we were going opposite ways. I certainly never expected that, but thankfully we do have a super horn that we can use to avoid that red shell. I really like this part of the track where you're going through some flowers right there. It's the thing about this track that I really do like. And we're going to start off with a win in first place. Alright, 15 points to start with right there. Alright, now let's head to race 2, and this time we're going to Riverside Park. And this track was originally in Mario Kart Super Circuit. Alright, let's see what happens here. A lot of things have really changed on this version of the track compared to how it originally was, but I do say this is a good updated version here for this particular track for what they've done. A big change with this version of the track is that you get to go through a cave in this big tight turn here, and there's also a bridge you can head across through the cave as well. And right at the end of each lap, you go right for a waterfall. I do think that's very cool. Now we're on to lap 2, and we unfortunately get hit by a blue shell. I can still see just fine right there because there's not that much ink on my screen. There were actually some recent Mario announcements right here that I do want to talk about here. One example is that they're actually releasing Lego Mario Kart next year. I do think that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool announcement, but I don't think I'm gonna get my hands on those.
Yeah, same with me. I could care less, honestly.
I'm not really so sure if I'm gonna get Lego Mario Kart in the future. It does sound nice, but I'm not the biggest fan of Lego. And then another cool Mario announcement that they recently revealed was that basically they're making a sequel to the Mario movie, and that's scheduled to come out in 2026.
Which I'm sure looking forward to that.
I'm definitely gonna see that.
Alright, so there's another win in first place. So we got another 15 points, and I definitely was a very big fan of the Mario movie when I first watched it right here, so I'm very glad that they're making a sequel right there. That should be very exciting by the time it comes out in the future. It may be a long ways away, but once it does come out, I'll definitely be looking forward to that. But anyways, let's head to race 3 now, and this time we're heading to DK Summit, in which this track was originally from Mario Kart Wii.
All these peaches still on.
Along with those 2 Mario announcements that I just talked about on when they're going to be coming out in the future, there also are a couple of new Mario games that are coming out later this year that got revealed on their release dates. Like later on in May is when the remake of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. I've been wanting to get that game on GameCube for so long, and it's really exciting that they're remaking it on Switch, and by the time that version comes out, it will become a little bit easier for me to try to get my hands on it.
And that one I'm really looking forward to, considering how it is my favorite Paper Mario game in the entire, series. And
Yeah, same here. I'm not necessarily the biggest Paper Mario fan, but I do say those kinds of games can be pretty fun to play. And then another game that is set to come out later on this year as well is the HD version of Luigi's Mansion 2, and that's scheduled to come out in June.
Yeah, honestly, that was my first and only Luigi's Mansion game I played. Based on what I've seen in terms of gameplay, like the original Luigi's Mansion, not entirely sure on Luigi's Mansion 3. I can certainly see why a lot of people doesn't really like Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon all that much because of it being mission based, unlike the original.
If there's one thing I would kind of want to see fixed on a Switch version of that, is being able to respawn, but if you die, like in the middle of a mission, being able to respawn from where you died and continue from there.
Or not that. Design the games where there are checkpoints. Otherwise you can just respawn infinitely and there is no challenge.
It basically, Luigi's Mansion 2 was actually called Dark Moon when that originally released on 3DS. I'm not really so sure why they're calling it Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I wish they would have called it Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon HD. That's what I would have preferred right there, but either way, it's still the same game, but just in HD. And basically with this particular track right here, I'm really glad they were able to make a return to this particular track, simply because it is one of my personal favorites in Mario Kart Wii. So that's certainly a very fun track to race on. So anyways, there's another win in first place, and we got another 15 points as well. Time to head into our final race, and for our last race, we're finishing things off at Yoshi's Island.
Which is my favorite track in the whole cup, by the way.
And the reason I said what I said about the quality of life change for Luigi's Mansion 2 is because I was playing it the other day. This was, I think, the third mission in Mansion number 1, where I was almost at the end. I died, and I had to start the whole mission again from the beginning.
Yeah, now that I can certainly see, understand why the complaints right there, which is why, instead of designing the game, to where to redo the whole entire mission, design the game to where there are checkpoints involved. I mean, I wouldn't do this thing where, where you respawn infinitely or whatever, because again, there's no challenge. Have it to where there are checkpoints in different parts of the mission, so then that way, players don't have to redo the entire mission if they end up dying.
Yeah, and with this particular track right here, it's basically like an exact representation like how it is in the Yoshi's Island games, basically with the music and the sound effects and everything. This is a very cool track for how they were able to design this. And the coins are also designed a little differently on this track as well, which basically has Yoshi on there, which does make sense of where this track takes place. Alright, lap 2.
And that's another thing too. I mean, Nintendo, they're gonna do this anyway. I mean, I don't mean to complain, but I'm honestly expecting, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I'm imagining, I can kind of imagine them doing full price on that. Despite it being, if they add new content, then it's worth $60, $60. But otherwise, if they aren't adding any new content, I'd rather just charge $40. With anyone around $1,000 door, with that being, well, I'm gonna assume it's $60 also. At least that has an excuse, considering, GameCube games are often very expensive, and well, then plus it is a beloved game, so at least that I would understand.
And good thing I had that super horn saved up to prevent myself from getting hit by that blue shell. And the thing that I really like about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon when they first released it on the 3DS was that they introduced a scare scraper mode. That particular mode, from what I remember playing on it, is certainly very fun to play with other people.
I thought it was okay. And, you know, I kind of liked it, but maybe I wasn't super into it. But it would have been kind of nice if you played the main game on multiplayer. But I guess I can kind of understand why you couldn't do it that way.
And there's also a thing too with this track is that if you hit the question balloon or whatever it's called, then there's a red bridge that appears that you can go on it for kind of a little bit of a shortcut right there. Alright, so we are going to get the win in first place. So we got another 15 points. And that makes me the winner with a perfect 60 points. And before we go over the results right here, when you finish a race in this track right here, it does have music from Yoshi's Island that plays right here. And I do say that's pretty creative for what they have done. But yeah, anyways, I certainly do say we did a very good job throughout this cup right there. And looks like they're showing highlights from Yoshi's Island. So we got to win first place in every race, which is absolutely fantastic. And we got ourselves a golden trophy. Now that is how it's done. So yeah, I certainly do say that we had a very good time in this cup right there, and I will certainly take that win right there for sure. But yeah, anyways, that is going to do it for my gameplay of the Fruit Cup on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. And I also would like to thank Video Game Fan 96 and Mark Liotta for joining me as special guests for this gameplay as well. So thank you guys very much for joining me for this one. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. It was certainly fun.
No problem.
Alright, so anyways, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.